So the first step to this experiment is to calculate your weight, but our scale is broken because if you step on, it says like you're extremely light. So from my last physical, I weigh 166 pounds, so I'm just gonna use that. So for my second trial, I will put the 17-pound bag of fertilizer in this backpack and put it on my chest. All right, so now I'm going to do some calculations. For the first calculation I'm going to do, I'm going to transfer my weight into newtons. To do that, you would first multiply 166 pounds, because that's my body weight for the first trial, you would divide that by 2.2. And you should end up getting 75.5. Take this number and multiply it by 10 to get it into newtons. You should get 755. So after you get your weight in newtons, the next step would be to calculate the amount of weight that you are lifting doing your exercise, because you are not lifting 100% of your body weight. So you would take your weight in newtons, 755 newtons, and multiply that by 0.3, which is 30 by in a percentage, like in a decimal form. And if you do that, you should get 226.5. After this, you must multiply this by your distance that you displaced to get your final per rep amount of work. If you multiply 226.5 by 0.254, you would get 57.531 joules per rep. But you can round that down to 57.53 or 57.5. So if I multiply 57.5 by my amount of reps for the first trial, which was 59, I get 3,392.5 joules. This will be the total amount of work I put in for my 60 seconds of this exercise. Calculate how much power that you used. You would need to use the formula power equals work divided by time. So my work was 3,392.5 joules, and you would divide that by 60 seconds because that was my time. And you end up getting 56.54 watts. Now I will move on to my second trial. So again, my first step would be to convert my weight, this time with 17 pounds in a backpack. So my combined weight, 166 plus 17, would be 183. So I will divide 183 by 2.2. So because it was 1/8 repeating for the decimal, I just rounded it up to 83.2 kilograms. So the next step would be to turn it into newtons, where I would multiply this number, your kilogram, by 10. My weight in newtons would be 832. Now you will take 832 newtons and multiply that by 0.3, because you are only lifting 30% of your weight in a tricep dip. Hey Google, what is 832 times 0.3?
The answer is 249.6.
Yep, so 249.6. Now you have to multiply that number by your displacement, which in this trial, it was actually different from my first trial. In this trial, I displaced 8 inches, which if I convert into meters, I get 0.203 meters. Now, if I multiply those together, I get to 50.7. So I will get 50.7 joules per rep. Next step is to multiply this number that you just got, 50.7, by the amount of reps that you did, which in my second trial, I only did 53 reps. Total in my second trial, I put in 2,687.1 joules of work. Now I will calculate the power, and using the formula power equals work divided by time. My work was 2,687.1 joules, and divide that by 60 seconds, and you get 44.8 watts.